Okay, abusua makwa abashonko so ereba POG Media so abusua yembonra yensemu Ablekuma not abato na ekoso no abusua ye deploy heavy security personnel almost 4,000 security personnel at the akwa Ablekuma not abusua emu police for just omo kwa akobo Ablekuma North Constituency for no ho ban a se ne be ya basa ye bia enso a abusua enye asem keto akra na ye hia peaceful election ye mpese de emre bia etwem no de happen wo ayawa so constituency no ye mpese bi be happen wo Ablekuma North no heavy security personnel and ye deploy de akọ Ablekuma North abusua abato no koso wano ye the live updates ebebre POG Media yahwefo a enye easy cry ebeda masemo yenko na yenkonkoti ensema ekoso unsubscribe ya abusua subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkebi ekua efree ne erabna oben ye hye de obewe ne sa sit na enye easy cry na sa abatu 2024 December elections na edi kan ekoso electoral commission era pink sheet NPP4 and so ya omo de NDC amanyuko ne so era omo pink sheet na NPP amanyuko de na omo chese omo scan pink sheet a ekoko pm court ye den ebo sa neoma ni nyina etugu ya omo chere electoral commission say onye rerun of election na echese asumdue emra anase bibia emfa nasem enko na sisi ano yakwa kopie mu ewo Ablekuma North asisi erabna oben ne ekua free sisi ano omo ehwe de ebekwa kosimo de mo yenko na yenkonkoti ensema ekoso medamase.
Here are the Godfrey International polling stations, one of the 19 polling stations here at the Ablekuma North undergoing the rerun. Now, basically, I can tell you for a fact that there's heavy police presence here. I've counted not less than 40 police personnel, a number about 12 from FPU. The Addo police station has deployed over 30, and then there are representatives from customs. So they're doing a joint operation over here to ensure that it's all peaceful and quiet here. As I speak to you, the Godfrey International School is expecting 428 electorates to cast their vote. As I speak, about 23 people have cast their vote, 20 of them male, and then, 17 of them male, and then 8 of them female. And so things are going on smoothly. I spoke to the presiding officer who gave me the figures and indicated that they started exactly on time, 7 a.m. Things are moving rather slowly, but then picking up as the hours go by. It's a cloudy day, and we're hoping that it won't rain, but things are going on normal because I see some shop attendants who have opened their shops. The residents here are going about their duties. Some people who stay here do not necessarily vote over here, and so I've seen some of them leave to the various polling stations to cast their votes, and other people are coming from other places to come and cast their votes here, Beatrice.
And so shops are opening, which presupposes that the atmosphere is not as tense as people would have expected it to be.
No, so I'm projecting that it's because of the police presence, because Beatrice, I can see so many police officers here. The place has been barricaded, and so they are keenly monitoring the situation to make sure that nothing goes awry. And so they're making sure that the peace and quiet is maintained. The voting exercise is going on smoothly. Presiding officer is helping where he can and helping people on the sheets to make sure that they get their names right and then carry out the vote as expected. I see a number of elderly persons. They have been given the priority, and so they come and then they join the queue from the front, I should say, and then they let them vote. And so things have been going on smoothly at this point here at the Godfrey International School, the Akroma here at the Ablekuma North Constituency.
And you will say that both the electorate and the police are very calm going about their respective business?
Everybody, actually, as we put it, aiding in name, because they're just making sure that they're just here to do the business, and the police are also just monitoring to make sure that nobody crosses their hair, and so things are going on as expected. There hasn't been any altercations whatsoever or anything of the sort.
And Lord, before you go, I heard you say that about 20 people have cast their vote. Do you know how many people are expected at that polling station?
So at this polling station, 428 persons are expected to vote, and so we are expecting things to pick up as the hours go by. The queues are not long. I mean, right now I see just about 3 persons in the queue, so you don't see a really long queue at a go. Just few persons who come in and then they cast their votes and then they leave, and then you wait for about maybe 10-15 minutes, and then another batch comes. So that has been the situation here. I've seen representatives from both the NDC and then the NPP, the party agents. They are also keenly observing the process to make sure that things are going as expected.
And I know you said just before you go, I know you said that everybody is calm, but looking at the people who are voting, do you sense a feeling of excitement or really eager to select a candidate to represent them in the 9th Parliament?
Well, based from their demeanor is more of, I've got something to do, let me just do it and get it over and done with. I don't really see so much excitedness or gloominess. It is just game face, here to do the job, and then they leave. If anything at all, it's probably the much elderly ones who seem keen about it to participate in this process.
Excellent there. Let me perhaps ask you one more, Lord, before you go. I know that you've already gone through the community. You know what kind of environment that is. Are you able to tell us, based on your own observation, perhaps the kind of things that the people may be expecting, which would eventually inform who they select, even at that polling station where you are?
Well, this neighborhood, I should say, that looks like a middle-income neighborhood. Based on what I have seen, the road isn't so bad. I've seen a bit of asphalt. Yes, I see the roads, and so people are going to look at several things. I'll be speaking to some of the electorates shortly to gauge some of the things that they're going to consider before they cast their votes. But from what I have seen so far, I think that they're obviously going to consider the present state of the economy and the country since the President Mahama administration took office. And so a lot of things are going to factor into what people are going to consider before they cast their votes.
Indeed. Excellent. Thank you very much, Lord Addo. Sorry, he's a man at one of the 19 polling stations within the Ablekuma North constituency. Let me remind you that that constituency has not had a representation in Parliament since the 2024 general election because of dispute. So today, the Electoral Commission is having a rerun of the election in 19 polling stations out of the over 200 polling stations in that constituency. Again, let me remind you that yesterday the Electoral Commission recollated the results from the other constituencies that were not disputed, and out of that we do understand that the MPP candidate Nana Akuffo is leading by some 48 votes, and today, like I told you earlier, we're expecting over 6,000 voters or eligible voters to decide which of the two candidates they want to represent them in Parliament. We go back to the Ablekuma North constituency, to one of the polling stations there where we have my colleague Stanley Niebler, who's standing by for us. Stanley, just tell us what information you've picked so far through your observation and perhaps your communication with constituents.
So great, Beatrice. So just as it has been the media space that today is the rerun of the 19 polling stations in Ablekuma North constituency. Currently, I'm stationed at the Methodist Church polling station here in Odoko. You know, in the 7th December 2024 elections, this very center served as the collation center. So after all the processes had concluded, they came in here to collate and then to announce the results. But then the violence that broke out in the constituency on the 7th of December started from these premises. And so this morning, not knowing when the incident happened on December 7th, the church didn't take the incident lightly or the situation lightly. And so this morning, when the electoral officers moved in with their equipment to come and kickstart the process, then the church confronted them that they are not going to allow them to kickstart the process. They are not going to use their premises for this exercise again because of what happened. And so they have to call their superiors at the Electoral Commission headquarters so that they can speak to the church authorities so they can grant access to their premises. So I think back and forth with that, the issue was finally resolved, and then the process is going on. As I speak, about 20 of the electorates have gone through the process to exercise their civic franchise. And then the security arrangement too is very beefed up here. And so we have police officers placed at vantage positions right from the outside of the premises. And then when you come to the premises, both armed and unarmed police personnel with their commander here overseeing the exercise to ensure that the exercise happens in a congenial atmosphere. As I speak, another set of police officers have just arrived, and they are getting off the vehicle, alighting from the vehicle to march straight to the premises to also partake in the exercise, the security of the election. So, Beatrice, currently as I speak, the place has been very congenial and the process is moving on. But 12 o'clock, we are expecting the Electoral Commission officials from the headquarters to come to this very center to come and speak to the party agents and then their officials to designate another place for the coalition, because the church says that after close of polls, they are not going to use their premises for coalition again, taking caution from what had actually happened on December 7th. So this is the situation happening here at the Methodist Church. So Methodist Church here, it used to be 2 polling stations, but they are using only 1 polling station today. And the total number of 464 registered voters are expected to show up to vote this morning.
Indeed, thank you very much, Stanley Niebleu, standing at the Methodist Church there. And Stanley, we'll come back to you. I think I heard the siren of the police earlier before they arrived. Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. I believe you're gathering more for us for the latest. But let's also go to George Quaining, who is at the Church of Pentecost around Odoko. George, we also do understand that the Accra mayor is currently where you are. Just tell us more regarding what's happening.
Yeah, thank you so much, Beatrice. And like you rightly mentioned, Michael Bakwalote is here, the Accra mayor. Obviously, he has to come back vote for the NDC parliamentary candidate, Rabna Oben. And what he mentioned was that even though this place looks like the stronghold of the MPP, they are going to, annex the seat for the party, because clearly, whatever Mahama is doing in terms of development and all that, people or electorates are seeing this. And so this will be more like a reason for people to actually vote for the NDC parliamentary candidate. So that is the post channel. But voting began at 7 a.m. exactly on the dot. And in terms of police visibility is very high. And so any intentions of people to, cause mayhem here, the police is ready on standby to make sure they kill that very incident. So clearly what it is now is it's a smooth process as it stands now. The mayor is here trying to come back vote for the NDC parliamentary candidate. So it's quite come here at the Church of Pentecost, North Odoko number 2. And
do you have information as regards how many have voted and perhaps how many are expected?
No, so the electoral official is here to give me that, because the police is trying to prevent the media from going to that very area. But I'll get that information and then update you in that subsequent engagement.
Thank you very much, George Quaining, the Church of Pentecost at Odoko. Shortly, we'll be going to one of our colleagues as well, Joseph Gold Alogbe, who is at a polling station where we understand confusion has broken up. Perhaps.
Okay, Abusia wene ensema ekoso ewo political highway so Ablekuma North Constituency habato na ekoso no. Ya deploy a security personnel no NHS mote enkase ekoso a enye asem ketwa kra intino. Stay tuned, any live updates biano Abusia ya de atum se ye de bebrema enye asem ketwa kra ya bedama se semoje pene kokoti sa ensem we edema aha POG Media so medama se